the road to the MOTB. Just some more information on digital ID and the CHIP. That's coming right around the corner. It's going to be made mandatory real soon. Now, before I get started, as always, I just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule on, that do teach on, that have taught me this truth. To you I say shalom, and also shalom to the hopeful elect. Kwam Yashal and about the ball. So, this is what's happening in Canada when it comes to digital health ID. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is pushing it heavy over here. He's pushing it heavy. And it only makes sense because he's a part of the World Economic Forum. Matter of fact, before I get into the article, I'm going to play a clip. And this is Klaus Schwab speaking back in 2017, boasting and talking about how the World Economic Forum is infiltrating these different governments, right? And Canada is one of them. He mentions Trudeau, right?
And I have to say, when I mention now names like Mrs. Merkel, even Vladimir Putin and so on, they all have been young global leaders of the World Economic Forum. Mm-hmm. But what we are very proud of now is the young generation, like Prime Minister Trudeau, President of Argentina and so on, that we penetrate the cabinets. So yesterday I was at a reception for Prime Minister Trudeau, and I know that half of this cabinet, or even more half of this cabinet, are actually young global leaders of the World Economic Forum.
And that's true in Argentina too. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's true in Argentina as well.
It's true in Argentina, and it's true in France now. Mm-hmm. I mean, with the president.
So, they penetrated the Canadian government, man, and their cabinets. And Justin Trudeau, he's down with the game. This was stated back in 2017. Now it's 2023, a few years later, and guess what he's pushing? They agree. Let me read it. Justin Trudeau hijacks Canada's healthcare and threatens provincial premiers to cut off healthcare funding unless they agree to digital health ID. Right? If you understand the digital ID, it's shown on the World Economic Forum on their website. But I'm going to pull that up. I have it here. You see, this digital ID is going to control every aspect of your life. Through this ID, they'll govern every aspect of your life. They're going to basically control you. And it says it all here, from healthcare, financial services, food and sustainability, even for farming and consuming, travel and mobility, humanitarian response, e-commerce, social platforms, e-government, telecommunications. So even just getting a basic internet service provider, you need the digital ID to do that. So this is where we're going. Smart cities. This is where we're going. You need a digital ID. And what is that going to lead to? The MOTB, the mandatory chipping, digital currency. That's what it's going to pave the way for, right? And you receiving that mark in your right hand or in your forehead, spoken of in Revelation chapter 13 and 15 on down, right? So, hey, we're living it. And now Mr. Trudeau, he's attacking healthcare, and he wants to involve a digital health ID. So where is this leading? There you go. This all goes back to the agenda that's being pushed by the World Economic Forum. Right. All right. So let's read the article. See, now we're not crazy. Now we're looking good, man. Men of the Lord. Telling you, I'm gonna start rubbing it in, man. Telling you, right? And for the ones of you that get it, I hope you get in the good graces of Yahweh Bashem Yoshai, because time is running out. The doors of probation are almost closed, and that just means grace. So you better get up with the Lord's program. Right? You better get with it, because these devils, man, they're coming down. You know, they're pushing for it. They're pushing for it. You know what? You know, when they push this and when they make it mandatory, they're going to come with great wrath. And when they come with great wrath, you better have the Lord on your side. So it says, Revelation 12:12, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. He hath to push his new world order to bring forth his system. And he's going to do whatever it takes. And they're going to get ruthless, man. They're going to get real ruthless. Their horns are coming out. If you don't buy into what they're prescribing, you're going to die. All right. There's a lot of things out here that they have set up to really hurt you. You got them guillotines, you got them concentration camps. I'm going to throw you in there to make you accept it, right? So, hey, it's coming down. We're almost there. We're almost there. So it says, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, after his meeting with Canada's premiers on healthcare funding. Tuesday, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced the federal government's commitment to spend $196.1 billion on healthcare over the next 10 years. The package did not even come close to meeting the expectation of various provincial and territorial leaders. Tyrant Trudeau met with the provinces' premiers in Ottawa to negotiate how much money the provinces would receive. Following a discussion, hope you can hear me. Following a discussion for healthcare funding with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the premiers of Canada's provinces and territories gave a joint press conference. One of the things that we did see is that there wasn't a lot in the way of the new funding that is a part of this package, to say the least. I think we were a little disappointed in that. So yeah, maybe how they're going to distribute the money, what areas of healthcare they're going to target first, what gets the most funding. I think that's what he means. And, you know, that is disappointing. You know, how are you going to call everybody and not tell them those things? Right? So what is this really about? You know, what is this really about? It's really about them buying into the digital ID. That's what it's about. Because they don't give a shit about your health, man. Because if this guy gave a shit about your health, he wouldn't have prescribed the you-know-what to you. And more information is coming out about that you-know-what. It wasn't good for you, right? A lot of people are dropping dead. A lot of young people are dropping dead as well. A lot of kids, a lot of teenagers that are active, right, that are healthy, just dropping dead, right? So these people don't give a fuck about health, and they obviously don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, excuse my language. Let me move on. So it says here, I think we were a little disappointed in that. Manitoba Premier Heather Stephenson said in response to the federal government's proposal, according to reports, the proposal comes with a condition for digital ID data collection. That's right. So they want all your information in the cloud. They want it on a digital ID. They don't want it on records anymore. They don't want it filed. They want it in the cloud. Complete control. When they have all your information, that means they control you. Nothing's going to be done under the table. Trudeau is trying to blackmail to get Canadians to sign up for a digital ID. That's right, and blackmail is the right word to use. In my opinion, I think so. Right. Just a way to trick you to buy into this through the fine print. Canadian news outlets start reported, but you know what, guys? It's inevitable. This is going to come anyway. Doesn't matter. Right? Doesn't matter. This is going to come anyway. Why? Because the vision is yet for a appointed time, and it's prophecy. Revelation chapter 3, chapter 13 and 15 on down, Revelation chapter 14 on down, hey, it's going to come to pass, right? It's going to come to pass. Matter of fact, I've been bringing this a lot, been bringing this out a lot lately. Habakkuk 2 and 3. Might as well just get it again. Can't get tired of this, man. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. That's right. It's gonna come, man. And without vision, the people perish, right? And that's what a majority of the people don't have. They don't have vision, so they don't know what's coming. They don't know what's coming, and because of that, they're gonna perish. But the ones of us that are in the know, we got the vision through Yahweh Shemashai and through his prophets. That's why this stuff doesn't faze us. We know that this is gonna come. We know that this is gonna happen. And you have a lot of people out here making videos about this, and they're worried. You know, they're unstable. Their thoughts are unstable. They're upset. They're worried. But it's inevitable. It's going to happen. All right. I'm going to read that again. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. That's right. It's speaking. Right now it's speaking. It's speaking. Speaking through our leaders, our leaders of our country. It's just speaking in general, right? It's in everything. It's speaking, man. It's here. It's alive. And not lie. That's right. It ain't lying. And obviously the Lord is a power that does not lie. And he spoke of this before all this happened, before it played out. Right? So it's not lying. Though it tarry, wait for it. Yeah, it seems like it's not happening, but it is going to happen. That's what makes it a prophecy. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. That's right. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Let me get another one. People. Okay, so Proverbs 29 and 18, where there is no vision, the people perish, but he that keepeth the law, happy is he. So if there's no vision, if there's no prophets around to warn you and to tell you, people perish, right? And you know, the prophets have been out here giving you the vision, but you know what? You people, man, you don't want to buy into it. And it shows you only a select few of people are going to not perish, because those are the ones that are going to get the knowledge and get the breakdown of the vision, so they can change their ways. And that goes into the elect. But a majority of you people, man, you're going to perish, man, because you don't get the vision. You don't understand the vision. And frankly, you don't want a vision. You don't want the vision. Right? But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. That's right. Obedience is better than sacrifice, man. Right? And that's what it takes to keep the law, being obedient. And you're going to be happy when you keep these laws. That's why a majority of you people out here, you're miserable, man. You're miserable because you don't keep the laws. Alright? Anyways, let's go back. Let's go back here. Alright, so it says here, Canadian news outlets reported back in October that the federal sources said Justin Trudeau was ready to freeze out Quebec and other provinces in federal healthcare deals. Yesterday in Canada, Justin Trudeau met with all our provincial premiers. TikTok user Introverts 008 said, and basically told them that we would not be able to get funding for our healthcare unless the premiers agree to the digital IDs. You will not be able to access any healthcare without these digital IDs. You will actually not be able to carry a bank account or do anything online regarding financial transactions. Just like what we saw here. Right? The digital ID ties into all these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10 things that make society function. Right? The digital ID is tied to. So you need to have this in order to obtain all these services. Right? And that's what we're coming into. All right, so and by the way, this was found on the World Economic Forum website. So this same agenda is what Justin Trudeau is following. I just showed you the video. Klaus Schwab and his cronies penetrated and infiltrated the different governments and cabinets of those governments, and Canada is one of them. So you could say that he's a puppet, right? Through what he's doing, it shows he's really a puppet. He's a puppet, and he's down with the game, and he's the right guy for the job. He's the right guy for the job. I like Trudeau because you know what? He's pushing prophecy. Let's go. Let's go. Beautiful. All right. Anyways, it says you will actually not be able to carry a bank account or do anything online regarding financial transactions. For farmers and consumers, you will not be able to get into stores. You will not be able to even sell anywhere. Once they have the system in place, this is where the digital currency will come in. Beautiful, and that's true. Then boom, that's what they're going to hit you. Okay, now all the money is going to be digitized. You're no longer going to have physical paper money. You're no longer going to have gold and silver. You're just going to have a digital bank account. And that is going to be put into your right hand and your forehead via a CHIP, MOTB. You will not be able to shop online. You'll literally need this ID in order to get TikTok, Twitter, or Facebook. No more fake accounts. If you want your taxes done or any sort of government benefits, you'll need a digital ID. You will need to be able to get you will not be able to get an internet provider without this digital ID, and they will be able to track you. This is basically a hostage situation of our tax money. Interesting. Now, there were some provinces that denied it. I believe it was the Saskatchewan Premier. Now let me get a preset. Let me get Revelation 13 and 16. So it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, right? Or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Going into the actual MOTB, the chipping, digital currency, right? So if you don't accept this MOTB, you can't buy or sell. You can't do anything. Everything that you see here, if you don't obtain that mark, you can't buy or sell. And this is all about buying and selling here. All about buying and selling. Right. If you don't have that mark. All right, so to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Let's get the word mark here. That's the charagma, guys. The charagma. A stamp and imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead of the right hand, or as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded upon horses. Thing carved, sculpture, graven work of idolatrous images. There you go. Alright. So it's an incision. Alright, so you're going to be made property of the elites. Right. The ones that are behind Klaus Schwab, you're going to be their property if you take this mark. So if you're somebody's property, that means you're a slave. Right? You're a slave. And this is slavery, man, and it's extremely covetous. Everything in your life will be governed by them. Right? Everything that you do. What does surfing the net have to do with you giving up your information? Like, why do you need to do this to surf the net? You know what I mean? Why do you need to do this to eat food? Right? Everybody needs food. Everybody needs to live. Why do I need this to live? This is bullshit. But it is what it is. It's inevitable. It's gonna pass. And the ones that escape it, they escape it. The ones that don't, you don't. So you better get in good standing with Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So it says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the number, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And that's that universal barcode. That universal barcode is going to be embedded in you. You're going to become the barcode. Something that kind of looks like this. You're going to be that universal barcode. Right? So this is it. Alright, universal barcode. 2, 4, 6, 666, man. Right? When you count the barcode and when you break it down, it's 666. Alright? If you can see it, you can see it. If you don't, you don't. And this is another form of a barcode as well. Right, that's a barcode. Same shit. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 6. Doesn't matter, man. Still think it's a conspiracy theory? Still think it's a joke? Well, the scriptures is talking about it. Scriptures don't lie. Lord God is a power that does not lie. He is a man that does not lie. Bible verse. Yeah, Numbers 23 and 19. Let's pull that up. God is not a man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? So when the Lord says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. Alright? You better believe that. The Lord doesn't go back on his word, man. That's the problem, man. You guys forget that he is not in the flesh. You are. He is not fallible. You are. So when he says he's going to do something, he's going to do something. He don't lie. He doesn't have time for games. He doesn't have time for games. He doesn't play around with his children. He doesn't play around with his word, first and foremost. Alright? So, yeah. He's a man that should not lie. So it says here, to access the enhanced CHT, provinces must first commit to improving how health data is collected, shared, used, and reported to Canadians to promote greater transparency on results and to help manage public health emergencies, the government said in a background document supplied to reporters. The federal government wants this data so that it can better track healthcare performance and outcomes. It also says it wants this information shared more efficiently between primary doctors, pharmacists, specialists, and the hospital system. Canadians should be able to access their own health information and benefit from it being shared between health workers across health settings and across jurisdictions, the government said in its backgrounder. Trudeau is trying to implement China-like digital ID plans for Canadians. We just saw the proposal just a few hours ago. It will take time for us to digest that. And as I've already stated, we will be getting together as a Council of Federation at a meeting coming up shortly where we'll have those discussions. Manitoba responded when asked if any premier at thinking of rejecting this offer from the federal government. Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe has already stated that he will not agree to any request from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau to have a digital ID as a condition of additional federal funding for health care, Epoch Times reported. So yeah, so that premier, he's actually going against it. So the premier of Ontario, it's looking like he doesn't care. I think that's, what is his name? Not Rob Ford. It was Doug Ford. Doug Ford, he was talking about a whole digital ID. He was thinking about that. I remember he was pushing that. Yeah, hell, he even pushed that with the whole digital ID, and also jab passport when this thing began. You know, he was pushing that heavily, so he's down with the game. All right, Mr. Kingpin from the what is it? Spider-Man animated series. It reminds me of Doug Ford. That's the Kingpin. Kingpin's dangerous, and Kingpin never goes to jail. Yo, Kingpin is serious. I love Kingpin, man. Kingpin was a G. Kingpin. Yo, everybody had to follow Kingpin, man. Kingpin was, and he was strong too. Could fuck people up. He had some big hands. Yeah, he would fuck people up. That's Doug Ford. Kingpin. So it says the government of Saskatchewan is not creating a digital ID, nor will we accept any requirements for the creation of a digital ID tied to healthcare funding, wrote Mo. The government of Saskatchewan will not share any personal medical information with the federal government. The information is protected under the Health Information Protection Act and will remain so. The government of Saskatchewan may share already publicly available healthcare statistics, including the number of physicians in Saskatchewan and surgical wait times if requested by any party, including the federal government, he continued. Meanwhile, in the U.S., a coalition of private companies has released a digital ID blueprint, which urges individual states to adopt the policies necessary to establish a digital ID system, as reported by the Gateway Pundit. Now, the thing is, too, if you look at healthcare in the States, it's not like healthcare over here because everything's like universal. You know, it's public. In the States, it's like privatized. So, like, you're going to have a lot of people fighting against this. But, like I said in the beginning, it's inevitable. You know, once people start buying into it more and more, everybody's going to have to follow suit. That's just how it goes, right? And it's prophecy. It has to happen. But I just thought I'd put that out there. Certain private healthcare companies or owners, they'll be able to deny it. But I don't know how far that's gonna take them. Eventually, they're gonna have to buy into it. Anyways, it says in December 2022, the Better Identity Coalition released a complimentary set of policy recommendations for state government officials entitled Better Identity in America, a blueprint for state policy makers, according to its website. These recommendations are squarely focused on ways governments can improve the privacy and security of digital identity solutions. So there you go, man. Let me get one more and close out. This is Revelation 14:9. Doom for worshippers of the beast. You take the MOTB, it's just doom and gloom. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Going back to Revelation 13 and 16 on down, right? So if you take it, this is what's going to happen to you. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. That indignation is his righteous anger. So the Lord is angry when you buy into this system or when you take that mark. When you take the stamp of the elites, which is this MOTB, this chipping, and buying into that social credit system and that digital system, right? Cashless beast system. You partake in idolatry. Lord's angry about that. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So you're going to be destroyed by nuclear destruction and fire. Right? Because that's what comes with nuclear destruction. Fire. Right? And it's going to be in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. That's right. So there's going to be a royal audience looking down on your destruction. Watching it. Going to be executed in front of the Lord and the angels, man, and the elect. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image. Going into that Romanized system, right? And whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. That's right, man. You know, the name that you do want, you want the name of the Lord. You want the Thawa, pursuant to Ezekiel 9 and 4. The mark of exemption, That's the seal. That's the name. That's the mark. The Thawa, the righteous mark of exemption. That's what you want. You want to be branded as the Lord's property, not branded as Satan's property. Here is the patience of the saints. That's right. That's patience goes into suffering. You know, we've been suffering for a very long time. Throughout the years, starting with elders that have been before me, they've been suffering. The saints before me, they've been suffering. That's a part of patience, right? Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Hamashiach Yahushai. That's right. So you gotta keep the commandments, going into the laws, rehearsing the righteous acts. Judges 5:11, and the faith of Hamashiach Yahushai. You gotta have faith. So if you have faith, that means you believe in things that you cannot see. Pursuing to Hebrews 11. Faith is the evidence of things hoped for. Faith is the substance of things not seen, right? Let me just get it. I don't want to butcher it. Hebrews 11, right? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. There you go. For it, by the elders, obtain a good report. Through faith, we understand the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. There you go. And so always the things that you can't see that are much stronger, right? So yeah, man, it takes faith to believe in this book. It takes faith to believe in the prophecies that are written in this book, right? And now we're seeing it play out, but still gotta wait. There's still more to come. Anyways, with that, just want to give all praises, glory, and honor due unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakaha Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations unto the hopeful elect, Kwam Yashala, and Ababa Ball. Shalom.